Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall, man. We got some things that we currently need to discuss that's going on in the boxing world. We're gonna talk about who will fight Jaron Ennis next. Brian Norman Sr. continues to hide his son from Boots. And the interview that I just saw right here, man, we're gonna play the interview. We're gonna break it down and all that good shit, man. But before we do that, please hit the like button as soon as y'all come in. That'll be very much appreciated. We on the road to 3K. We well into the 2,700 mark, about to hit that 2,800 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making that possible. You feel what I'm saying? The likes is very much appreciated. You know, sharing the content, you know what I'm saying? All of that is, you know, taking us a long way. So thank you very much, man. We just gonna keep chipping away until we hit that ultimate goal. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the comments so far. My man, Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat off of the rip. Before I even go live, he said, a senior junior getting their passports ready for Japan. That's what it's looking like. Somehow, some way in Brian Norman Sr.'s mind, you know, or the team, whoever it is, top rank, they feel like the Jin Sasaki fight is more intriguing than the Jaron Ennis fight. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. We definitely going to get into that, and then we're going to, we're going to state our opinions, and then we're going to move on from the situation, man. Shout out to West Philly Tour in the building. He said, what's up, my guy? What's going on, brother? I hope everything's well with you. Coffee Plant, what up? He said, how's your Sunday, champ? It was chilling. You know what I mean? Just a regular day, cleaning, and all that good shit, man. Work, as always, per usual. G-Bo, what up? What's on your mind, man? What we talking about? What's on your mind? How y'all doing? How y'all families doing? You feel what I'm saying? We in the building for sure, man. Check out Vitamin Energy, man. I am officially a brand ambassador for Focus Plus over at Vitamin Energy, so please go check it out. You feel what I'm saying? VitaminEnergy.com/Mazuma TV. Use the promo code Mazuma TV to get you the best energy shots that are on the market. Not only is it an energy shot, it is also a healthy alternative. So you are keto friendly. Please look into that, man. If you just want something that, you know, won't be too detrimental to the body, Vitamin Energy is there for you, man. So go check that out. You know, my fighters have been giving me a lot of positive, you know, comments about Vitamin Energy. You know, they purchasing, you know, the purchases is on the up. And I want to see exactly what you guys are capable of doing, man. I want to see exactly what y'all testimonies are on the product. I wouldn't push no bullshit to y'all, man. So please go check it out. Teach, what up? What up? West Philly Tour says, facts. I was there. He definitely put on and show some and shut some haters up. Oh, okay, so you was in Atlantic City. That's what's up. Doughboy, what up? He said Norman Sr. is on Mill City Boxing talking crap. I mean, look, man, he doing exactly what the Ennis said that he doing. You know, he's on a publicity tour right now. Whenever Jaron Ennis got something going on, or whenever, you know, Jaron and them seem to mention their name, they out here just hooting and hollering, you know what I mean, trying to get everybody on their side and just make it seem like somehow, some way, Jaron Ennis doesn't want this fight with them for some reason, for some strange reason. He wants everybody in their mind to believe that Jaron Ennis not interested in fighting them, or Eddie Hearn ain't interested in making the fight happen and shit like that, man. It's all bullshit, bro. It's very clear and apparent what the Normans are doing as of right now. They're trying to hold on to that belt as long as possible because they understand the longer they keep it, you know what I'm saying, the more that, you know, they'll be worth in the end. So they not trying to cash out right away. They actually want to spend a little bit of time with the belt before they give it up. You feel me? So that's how I look at the situation, man. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. He did a quick interview with Brian Norman Sr. as well. And even though it was a quick interview, it was about 10 minutes long, Norman, you know, he did a whole lot of deflecting in this interview. You feel what I'm saying? A whole lot of deflecting. You know, 78 was asking some, you know, valid questions that I honestly feel like, you know, everybody wanted to know. And, you know, Norman, he's talking about everything except what the fuck we want to hear. This man is talking about Jin Sasaki and how that's $1 million fight and all this bum-ass shit that we don't even want to hear. You feel what I'm saying? Who the fuck is Jin Sasaki? And why the fuck is that more of an intriguing bout? Why are you even considering that bout? And I even heard Norman say, oh, we're not going to be their next. We wanted them to be our next fight. We want, but, you know, we're not going to sit around and wait for them. Nigga, they just fought like 2 weeks after you did. Fuck you. What type of waiting around are y'all doing? What are you talking about? You act like you fought back in fucking December and they fighting now and they wanted you to wait all the way. Nah, bro, you literally just fought like 2-3 weeks ago. Y'all, what is you talking about, bro? Waiting around. bro, it's clear what y'all want to do. Y'all want to get a couple title defenses. You know what I mean? Y'all trying to build y'all name up because y'all know if y'all go straight into the smoke with Jaron Ennis, that reign on the top gonna be short like leprechauns, man. You feel what I'm saying? Next Gen Combat Sports TV says Jin Sasaki would be a big fight if it was in Japan, though. You may be totally right, Next Gen. You might very possibly be right, and there may be some money in there, but you mean to tell me that you got a problem coming to Philadelphia to fight at the Wells Fargo Center against Boots for $1.7 million, but you wouldn't have a problem going to Japan for $1 million payday against Jin Sasaki? Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck are we going to say that Jin Sasaki fighting in Japan with Jin Sasaki is valid when it's for no belt? You just defending your own. When Boots now has technically 3 titles against your one. It's a unification. It's a unification fight in Philadelphia for 1.7, maybe $2 million. That don't make sense. But going to Japan to fight Jin Sasaki makes sense. That's something that you contemplate, and that's something that's on the table. Come on, man. That shit don't even make sense. But, you know, Brian Norman Sr., whenever he get a little bit flustered, he start disrespecting people and all that shit, bro. He's a clown. He's a clown. This is the reality of the situation, y'all. They done been in front of Jaron Ennis multiple times in sparring sessions. Sparring sessions aren't everything. You know, there's a lot of variables that change from sparring to an actual bout. But they know, just based off of the sparring sessions that they had, that they are levels apart. You know what I'm saying? They're levels apart. Next Jen said, because Jen ain't whooping that ass like Boots would. I actually got to watch Jen fight. I can't really give my assessment on Jin Sasaki or anything like that because I haven't seen him fight. You know what I mean? I just seen his name in the rankings. I seen Jen talking crazy about beating Boots. He a young, hungry guy on the come up right now. He confident in his ability, so that's a step in the right direction. I just got to look over his skill set and exactly what he brings to the table and whether I perceive him as being a threat to the welterweight division or not. You know what I mean? So I'm going to withhold my opinion. My opinion on Jin Sasaki is going to be withheld as of right now, and we just going to focus on what I do know. You feel what I'm saying? And what's currently relevant. And it's that there's much more upside, in my opinion, fighting Boots at the Wells Fargo Center in a unification fight in comparison to fighting Jin Sasaki in just a simple title defense in Japan. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just my personal assessment. Everybody sees this. You know what I mean? So that's just what I personally see. But we're going to bring up this interview, man. We got 22 people in the building. Let's get 22 likes, man. I know there's a few people on here that be watching me low-key that don't really fuck with me all like that. So they going to be, you know, holding their likes, being stingy with the likes and shit. But for those of y'all who fuck with me, that fuck with the channel, that's a part of the nation, y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. We about to get into this talk. We definitely about to cook up. You feel what I'm saying? So for those y'all who've been under a rock or just don't be paying attention much to the boxing world, Jaron Boots Ennis put on a sensational performance last night against Amanta Stanionis, debatably, arguably the second best welterweight, you know what I'm saying, in the welterweight division. You feel what I'm saying? And he put on a great performance, man. I've seen some criticism saying that Boots needs to work on his defense and stuff like that. And listen, man, like I said, there's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like, you know, this criticism, they trying to hide the hate behind, you know, criticism. You feel what I'm saying? And what I mean is, y'all see Shakur, these are the same people that will see Shakur Stevenson not throw any punches and be defensive and talk about they running. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Shakur running. Oh, he doesn't take any chances. And then, you know what I'm saying? You know, you see Jaron Ennis actually taking chances, letting his hands go. And you know, was it fucking perfect defense? No, it wasn't. But when you got the type of style that Jaron Ennis has, you bound to get hit here and there. You know what I'm saying? Boots takes chances. When you take chances, these things are gonna happen. You know, if you swim in tough waters, you might get wet here and there. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. Like you can't be getting in here with elite level guys and taking chances against them and think they're not gonna land against you. Amanta Stanionis was a champion in his own right. You feel me? So let's not act like this dude, like, you know, come on. Boots got flashy defense. I mean, yeah, he got the reflex defense, but I also seen him catching shots with the high guard too. So, you know, Boots is versatile in the defensive department. But like I said, when you take chances and you are as aggressive offensively as Boots is, you're gonna get caught in some exchanges. You're gonna get hit with certain shots. You feel what I'm saying? When you gamble as much as Boots do, these things are gonna happen. So, I understand the criticism. I've seen him get hit with some solid shots, but I also seen great defense from him as well. I seen him being defensively responsible. You feel what I'm saying? You can't really name too many guys who, Pernell Whitaker, one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. We seen him hit the canvas. We seen Floyd get rocked multiple times in his career. He's an all-time great defensive fighter. We seen James Toney get put on the canvas. We seen him get rocked in fights. You see what I'm saying? These are all great defensive fighters. What I'm trying to say is, you're going to get hit here and there. But did Boots take punishment? Not really. Stanionis took punishment last night. And that's why they called the fight before it got really ugly. You feel me? Next Gen says, I thought his defense was a lot better than it's been in his last few fights. And that says a lot considering the step up in competition. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I agree with you 1,000%. It's like they want everything to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. There's no such thing as a perfect fighter. There's going to be departments that fighters could do better in that, they could always tighten up on. And I'm sure Boots is going to see the fight, and he's going to go back into the lab and make some improvements, as a fighter should. Boots is a student. He's going to get that shit done, y'all. Nothing will ever be perfect. So it is what it is. Boots definitely didn't hit second gear, to be honest with you. Shout out to Bella Faith in the building. What up? What up? ESL with Teacher Silva. Teacher Silva, what up, baby? You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, phenomenal performance, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. Hopefully he could get another unification fight. And, there's a lot of questions out here right now in terms of who will be willing to step up to fight Boots next. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the most demanded fight at this point in time in the welterweight division is Jaron Ennis versus Brian Norman. And I was looking forward to seeing what Brian Norman was going to say in regards to Boots' performance. You see what I'm saying? And Brian Norman had a whole lot of shit to say. Senior, of course, I didn't really hear anything the son said, in all honesty. But let's go back to – let me see. Let's go back to Brian Norman's story. Did he delete it? His story disappeared, y'all. But anyways, he was talking about pretty much saying that his son will put Boots to sleep and all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And as somebody who's the trainer of another world champ, you're supposed to believe in your fighter, specifically if they're your son. You feel what I'm saying? But he out here popping his shit. He talking crazy. But then he does his interview with 78 Sports TV, man, and I want y'all to hear this. I'm not going to play the whole 10-minute clip, but you can just tell that, you can tell that they don't really want that fight next. You know what I mean? There's other shit that they want to do before they fight Jaron Ennis, in all honesty, but they're trying to spin it and make you believe that Eddie Hearn or Jaron Ennis, aren't really particularly interested in the fight because they're not addressing them directly. Bro, I heard Boots say that your son is trash in that press conference. And they say that y'all niggas be fronting and y'all don't really want to fight type shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I see what Boots is doing, I seen this man take a pay cut for Stanionis and shit like that. This man, Brian Norman Sr., had the audacity to say, oh, Boots ain't want to take a pay cut against us. You fucking idiot. You got offered $1.7 million when you've never made that much money in your entire career. And in your last fight, you didn't even make shit. You probably didn't even make half of that. I know for sure you ain't make half of that. What is half of 1.7 million? What's that? 850,000? You definitely ain't make that. You feel me? So what the fuck is we even talking about? But anyways, let's get into this interview right here, man. Shout out to 78 Sports TV, one of my favorite channels on YouTube when it comes to boxing talk. You know what I mean? The guy's a legend in my opinion. Shout out to 78. He does this interview right here. Let's see what he got to say.
78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty. LDBC. Smash that like button, share the video. And back in the building, we have a very special guest, father and trainer extraordinaire, Brian Norman Sr. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing wonderful, wonderful, brother. Okay, so I had to get your reaction.
Doughboy Norman Jr. was on the undercard of Michaela Mayer, not Keyshawn Davis. I think he got injured. He wasn't able to fight on the Keyshawn Davis card.
To Jaron Ennis performance versus Stanionis last night. And he said he had some words for you guys after the fight. But
he said what now?
After the fight against Stanionis, him stopping Stanionis, he called out you guys. Him and Eddie Hearn said that they want you guys. Eddie Hearn said basically that they are offering 10 times your highest payday. That y'all fought for $150,000 on the undercard, and saying that y'all have to be reasonable and come to the negotiation table. What's your response to the situation?
That's not even what he said. He said that we fought for $100,000 on the undercard, which is not true, because when you're a world champion, you have minimums, and it's much more than $100,000. He said that Boots said that they offered us $2 million, which is not true. That's exactly what we had.
Oh, sorry. They was $300,000 short, 1.7. I'm sorry.
That's what they offered us that we'd have been fighting. And also the fight wouldn't have been made anyway because my son.
Do you remember when Norman Sr. said that? Because he said, if they would have gave us $2 million, we would have fought. Okay, cool. Right? Do y'all remember when Norman said that 1.7 ain't enough to fight in Philadelphia, but if it was anywhere else, they would have took it? Yeah, remember that shit? So let's not act like that money wasn't shit, because you even admitted that if this fight would have took place in Vegas or anywhere, that y'all would have accepted the 1.7 million. But this is another thing too, right? As a matter of fact, let's keep this shit going.
Hand turned out to be ready last November anyway. Also, you could say you heard they called us out, but they didn't. He said, Boo said, and I quote, after Eddie said that he talked to Bob, they want to make the fight. They asked Jaron and his father. They said they don't want to fight. They didn't.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that they didn't want to fight? When did Bozy ever say that he didn't want to fight Brian Norman?
After Eddie said that he talked to Bob, they want to make the fight. They asked Jaron and his father. They said they don't want to fight. They didn't say they want to fight. They never said they want to fight us. Still.
Oh, okay. So what was your take on what they said as far as the
it's a bunch of.
How the fuck did they not want to fight you when they gave you multiple offers to fight? Like, who the fuck? Like, how does that even make sense? When y'all was in negotiations to fight, they gave you one offer. I forgot what the numbers was, but they gave you one offer. Cool, y'all counter offers. Then they came back with another offer. Y'all counter offered. Then y'all came back with another counter offer. Then it got all the way up to 1.7 million. If that don't show you that them niggas is trying to rumble you, I don't know what does. Because let's say Boost and them would have been like, yo, we got 800,000, take it or leave it. They're like, oh, that ain't enough, we leaving it. They were like, all right, well, fuck y'all then. And that would show that Boost and them not really too enthused about fighting y'all. But if they giving y'all multiple offers, if they sending you multiple offers, that means they really want it, man. But, all right. Let's go. So this man, Brian Norman Sr., is correlating them that Boost not directly calling out Brian Norman after the fight to not wanting to fight with them. Like, bro, do you see? This shit is crazy.
They're spinning story. They're spinning everything. The fight wasn't gonna get made. The fight was bullshit from the start. They paid Stanionis more than what they offered us. They moved the venue out down the street to Atlantic City. Like, it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we're not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? My son not chasing him. My son is 4 years ahead of him. My son's a world champion, 3.5 years. I'm sorry. My son's a world champion. He's 3.5 years younger. He has his own career to live, and we willing to fight. If they're willing to fight, we can make the fight happen. I mean, other than that, we're not chasing them.
We're not chasing them. Why not? Why not? Why are y'all not chasing them? If you're so-called the best, you go around popping your shit, talking about how good your son is and how he can knock Jaron Ennis out. Bro, this is literally your biggest payday in the welterweight division, bro. The price probably don't went up, since Boots became unified. So the offer probably going to be even higher this time. It's probably going to be $2 million to probably exceed that. So what I'm saying right now is, how are y'all not chasing this fight? If y'all can knock Boots out and Boots ain't no anomaly and all this bullshit, there's holes in his defense, we put this nigga to sleep and all. If y'all genuinely believe this, then why are y'all not chasing this fight? When Bud believed that he could beat Terrence Crawford, when Bud believed that he could beat Earl Spence, y'all, even though he was pound for pound number one, and you know what I'm saying, he even went as far as to say he don't need the fight because he's still going to be a Hall of Famer at the end of the day. He still chased Errol Spence. Why? Because he believed in himself. Floyd Mayweather, he was pound for pound number one at the world at the time that he fought Oscar De La Hoya. I don't know if y'all go that far back, but I'm just letting y'all know. He didn't need Oscar De La Hoya. He could have just kept winning, and eventually he would have got where he would have gotten. But he still chased Oscar De La Hoya because he believed that he could beat him. He fought in 10-ounce gloves. He fought in the exact ring that Oscar demanded. Oscar fucking got the judges. It was a Golden Boy promotion. Bro, how the fuck can you just, how can you pop all this shit online talking about how y'all the best and y'all knocking everybody out in the division and Boost easy and you'll knock Boost out and all this crazy shit? Then y'all go on to say that we not chasing him. Why not? Y'all should want to chase him. He's the best. He's the best in the division. He's the only unified champion at 147 right now. What the fuck are we talking about? Why wouldn't you want to chase that? If y'all not chasing him, then you avoiding him. That's how I look at it. If you are amongst the elite in your division, I don't give a fuck if it's from flyweight, strawweight to heavyweight. If you are a contender and you are not, or a champion, whatever the case is, but you're not number one, your whole main objective should be to be number one. I don't give a fuck what you do in life. Whatever you're passionate about, if you're a chef, you should want to be number one at what you do. I am a boxing coach. I want to be number one at what I do. I want to be a PA Boxing Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. I want to be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. I want to have world champions when it's all said and done. Why? Because this is what I'm passionate about. This is my motherfucking lane, and I want to be the best at what I do. So when I look at Brian Norman and I'm talking about, and they world champions in their own right. I'm not discrediting them for that. But there's no way that y'all could go and say that y'all this and that, and y'all motherfuckers really out here wrecking shit. He said, "Oh, we like a wrecking ball. We wrecking shit out here, blah blah blah." But there's this nigga across the street who is regarded as the best. I'm not even going to refer to streets. Terrence Crawford done went through that enough. But there's somebody in your division who is being called the best right now. Why aren't you, as a competitor, looking for that smoke? That if you're not going towards the smoke, that means you running from it or you avoiding it. Come on, dog. This shit ridiculous, bro. Slime exit. This is a solid question right here. He said, "Would you chase something you fear, Mark?" Listen, if I feel like I'm not ready for something, I wouldn't even. I would make that clear. Like when prospects on the come up, you know what I mean? A lot of them be humble and be like, "Yeah, man, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Eventually I'll be ready for that fight, blah, blah, blah." Further down the line, in the future, all that shit. But if I am a contender, a highly rated contender, like a William Cepeda, or I'm a world champion like Brian Norman, I'm confident. Fear don't register in my mind if I really genuinely feel like I'm the best. If I feel like I'm the best, there's nothing to fear. You feel what I'm saying? Like all this hard work I didn't put into this sport, and then I got all the way to the top of my division just to fear another nigga. You got me fucked up. How that work? How the fuck you come this far in your career to fear another man? This shit crazy. But anyways, my fault, y'all. I keep interrupting the interview. Let's keep this shit going.
How did you feel when you heard in the post-fight press conference that Boots kind of bragged that he gave Stanionis the money he wanted, like he
Exactly.
took less to make that fight, but he didn't do it with y'all.
I feel like, why didn't you do that for us? He didn't do that. He didn't do that for us at all. It was, again, the fight was bullshit from the start. There's so many things. There's so many things.
This what I want to know right here. He said, "Oh, you took a pay cut for Stanionis and you ain't do it for us." How you know that? How you know that? You don't know what Boots getting paid for real. You don't know that shit. How you know Boots didn't go on the phone and was like, "Yo," and Eddie Hearn talking about, "Yo, man, he asked for this crazy amount of money." You know what I'm saying? And that shit not on our budget. He's not even really worth that. And Boots is probably like, "All right, take that 500, 600, 700,000 on my purse and give it to him then." How you know that didn't happen? How you know that didn't happen? As a matter of fact, I'm almost willing to bet that that's what happened. Because Boots got certain guarantees and shit like that. Cool. Eddie Hearn not in the sport to lose money. He'll walk away from a motherfucker if he feel like he gonna lose money on him, especially if they're not a part of his promotional company. So Eddie Hearn probably called Boots and was like, "Yo, man, he asking for, X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? He not worth that. I got to pay him that. Then I got to pay you this. I don't know if I'm going to make my return on investment going into this fight." Maybe that's how the way he looking at it. And Boots is like, "All right, I really want a unification fight. This is really my goal." You know what I'm saying? If he not willing to bite on the 1.2 million that you trying to give him, take 500,000 out my purse and offer him 1.7 to see if he take that. That could have very possibly happened. Brian Norman is not, from what I understand, Brian Norman's manager is the one that's helping negotiate. Senior is merely the trainer, bro. You think Barrios beats Norman? I think Norman will knock Barrios out. I think he's too strong for him. As easily as Barrios gets hit, you know what I mean? Especially in the mid rounds when he start falling apart and shit. I think Norman will stop him in those mid rounds, 6, 7, 8 around there. Norman too strong. Anyways, let's go.
Why this open negotiation is bullshit, but it's so many things and so many things that goes into this. They just spinning. They just trying to spin some shit, spin the narratives or whatever else. But the people who are fans of them, they giving them exactly what they need to hold on to. But when after my son fight, he directly said the winner of the Stanionis of that fight, I'm right here. He said that.
So what the fuck is the problem? Boots won. If he right there, then why are you talking about Bro, this shit is frustrating, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, cuz he just said that they're not chasing the fight. He just said that they're not chasing the fight, but then he said, "Oh, my son said after the fight that the winner of Boots is Stanionis. He here, like he waiting." So is y'all chasing the fight or is y'all not? Is you chasing the fight or not? Because you saying one thing and then your son saying another. That just goes to show y'all motherfuckers ain't on the same page, cuz. Brian Norman Sr. saying, "We not chasing the fight." Brian Norman Jr. said he gonna be there waiting for the winner. Which one is it? It sounds like your son is with the shits and your punk ass not, because you don't want to see your son get his ass whooped. You feel what I'm saying? And I said this way back when Boots and Norman was negotiating, that I feel like Brian Norman Jr. would have took the fight. And I don't know if it was his manager or his father, maybe both. I think they fumbled that bag for him. But because that's his pops, he letting that shit slide. You know what I mean? It'd be hard for sons to step up to their father. It'd be hard for sons to, disagree with their father and shit. Brian Norman, a young nigga. What, he like 24? How old is Brian Norman? He a kid. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a little bit older than him. You feel me? So he this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. So it just goes to show, just based off of what he said in this small little segment, he's 24 years old. He's a baby, cuz. This nigga was born in 2000, what? 2000, 2001? Stop it. So it's hard when you that age to go against your father and be your own man and conduct your own business. You feel what I'm saying? I guess some niggas just ain't got the heart to do that.
Directly said that. Boost directly said, I gotta go enjoy my belt, enjoy my win, go enjoy my family, see what's next. That's what he said. They didn't call us out at all. People heard what they wanted to hear. But I had to go back and tell some people, what do you mean he didn't call him out? He called out the winner. He didn't call him out by name because he hadn't won yet. He said, the winner of that fight, I'm right here. You can go back and look at that. That's okay. Public knowledge.
Public knowledge. Right.
So what did you feel how did you feel about Boost's performance versus Stanionis?
It was a good performance. Very beatable though. Very hittable. Very beatable. He's definitely not a phenom. He's definitely not an anomaly. He's not an anomaly. He's very beatable. Very beatable.
A lot of people, critics after the fight, at least in my comment section, after the fight, a lot of people were saying Boost gets hit a lot and Brian Norman Jr. stops him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but again, we got to make that fight happen to make it.
Let me ask y'all this. Is Brian Norman defense superb? Is this motherfucker a defensive specialist? Can somebody please tell me? Because everybody just keep bringing up Boost's defense and him getting hit a lot. How about Brian Norman? Did this nigga get put in his ass with Boca Chica? What is we talking about? That's what I'm saying. Anonymous, like I'm watching. I'm gonna highlight this comment right here, bro. I'm watching Norman fight, and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of holes defensively, and the reality is, like I said, anybody could be hit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could be hit. Any night somebody could have bad defense. It could be true. Some motherfuckers' time it could be off defensively. These things could happen. But I'm watching Brian Norman, and I'm like, for you to be talking about what niggas is lacking, y'all lacking a whole lot of shit too. So it's like, oh my God, this shit is crazy, bro. Boost ain't no anomaly, and y'all are? Like, what the fuck is we talking about? I never heard nobody call Jaron Ennis an anomaly. So he might be revealing subconsciously what he really thinks about Boost, but he won't admit publicly.
See it come to fruition, for all the talk to be bullshit. We sitting here, we willing to make the fight. They sitting there, they telling you that they may have to fight Diasol because he was supposed to fight the winner of that fight. I don't know what they got going on. So at this point right now, we got to live our own career. You know what I'm saying? We done already spent, 8 months? We done already spent like 7-8 months. And talking about this bullshit that apparently ain't gonna happen. So I mean, we done with that.
Okay, so if they contact y'all for the fight, are y'all gonna entertain it?
Hello.
Hold on real quick. That was a great question by 78, by the way. Next Gen says, does Brian Norman have more one-punch KO power than Boost? I mean, I don't know. I ain't never been hit by neither one of them, but based off the eye test, it seemed like Brian Norman got really heavy hands. You see what I'm saying? So he may possibly have, the better one-punch knockout power. He may very well, but I've seen him stop multiple niggas. I've seen Boost stop multiple people with one punch. Y'all could go watch that Raymond Serrano fight that he had on Showtime. He knocked him out with one punch. He put him to sleep, actually. And I know that's not an elite level guy, but, there's one punch knockout power being displayed there. When he knocked out Castillo Clayton, from what I understand, that was one punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Boost get niggas up out of there, you know what I'm saying, with one shot. I've seen him drop dudes with one shot. But what makes Boost devastating is he got pop, he got accuracy, and he got hand speed, and he punches in combinations. So Brian Norman may have the heavier hands. He might, but I do think that Boots is more versatile in his approach and how the way he can knock somebody out. You feel me? But you know that's just me. Let's go. 78 asks a great question though.
Can
Okay, so if they contact y'all for the fight, are y'all gonna entertain it?
They contact y'all for a fight, or y'all gonna entertain it?
I hear you now.
I'm sorry about that. Was I breaking up?
Yeah, you must have got a phone call or something.
I'm good now?
Yeah, you good now. Can you hear me?
Hit the likes.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This thing is switching back and forth to Wi-Fi. I'm gonna make sure I'm good. So,
okay,
all right. How long you can hear me good?
Now, the question was, if they call Top Rank, if Eddie Hearn them call Top Rank and they want to entertain that fight, are you guys gonna entertain it?
Funny how he kept lagging after that shit. After that question.
Oh man. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. Eddie told you. We talked about they want to make the fight. He said it. He said, "What more piece of information do you need?" He said it. He said we talked about they want to make the fight. He said that in the same press conference that you're talking about.
Bro, he asked you if Top Rank, if they go to Top Rank and they offer you a fight, will you entertain it? And you said Eddie Hearn said that. Bro, that's not what we asked you, dickhead. We asking you if you are going to entertain the fight if they come to the negotiation table again. Because the first time y'all was fronting like y'all wanted the fight by doing all these counter offers and shit, but what y'all was really doing was pricing yourselves out so that when they walk away from the table, y'all can be like, oh, they just ain't want the fight. Or they just ain't want the fight. You see what I'm saying?
We talked about they want to make the fight. Then you go to Boots and you ask his father, they don't want to make the fight. They just use the name for fight. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You a champion just like we're a champion. How we don't want to fight? And you talking about what happened in the gym. You talking about what happened in the gym in 2020? 4 years ago? What we talking about?
Why is you talking about sparring?
When my son was 20 years old? What are we talking about? And we talking about the first sparring session they ever sparred? What about the other 6 or 7 times? Shit is...
I highly doubt they sparred 6 or 7 times, but every time that I've heard from motherfuckers that was actually in the gym training with Boots at the time, everybody said that shit was ugly. Everybody and their mama said that shit was ugly. Greg Hackey was at one of them too, because one of them happened at Philly 1-on-1 at the old gym he used to train at, and he spoke about it publicly and said that Boots was beating his ass, dropping him with body shots and all types of shit. So, you know, this shit is hilarious, bro. 78 asked him a specific question. If they go to Top Rank and they offer you a fight, will you entertain it? And this nigga just starts going all over the place. Oh man, yeah, Eddie Hearn said that. You know, Eddie Hearn done said it already, man. He already said it already, man. If Boots and Bozo, they talking about sparring in 2020. My son was 20 years old, bro. We ain't asked you none of that shit, dickhead. Are you going to entertain the fight or not?
Hey, shit is wild.
Hey, who is the Japanese cat that approached y'all looking for some smoke?
Jin Sasaki. You know, so that's all that's on the table. That's a big money fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, me personally, again, I'm not the decision maker when it comes to that. But me personally, shit, that's $1 million right there. That's over $1 million right there. So, you know that.
Boots offered you 1.7. The nigga just said that's $1 million fight with Jin Sasaki. That's a big money fight. Boots offered you almost double that. You fucking idiot. Yo, do y'all understand my frustration, y'all? Am I just investing too much emotion and time, like energy into this shit? It's just contradiction after contradiction. How the fuck can you sit here and act like $1.7 million ain't enough, but with Jin Sasaki, it's a big money fight? How the fuck does that make any type of sense? This shit is crazy.
Hey, that gets you quick talking about some fucking $100,000 right there. That shit, all that talk up right there.
Right. So y'all looking at possibly going over to Japan to fight him, or somewhere in the States?
No. I'm not sure what route he's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? Of course I am, but I'm not. You feel me? So I can't say with so much, but I'm not sure what route he's gonna take. But yeah, that offer is on the table.
For sure.
But we do have to have our fight. Again, we can't sit around and wait for him. We wanted to fight next, but at the same time, we wanted it next for his fight, meaning we was going to fight.
We wanted to fight next, but we wanted it next for us. So this nigga is saying, like, he wants Boots to be on his time. So not only do Boots got to pay this nigga $2 million or whatever the fuck the case is, but it has to be next, like in terms of they fight date. Not when Boots fight next, but when they fight next. Like, who the fuck are y'all? Like, y'all really sitting here acting like y'all A-side, bro. Don't nobody know y'all niggas. Top Rate don't even want to give y'all a homecoming fight. What is we talking about? This shit crazy, bro.
Son still got to get his fight in. He still got to get his career going. He still got to do what he got to do. You know what I mean? So that's what we want.
Just fought a couple weeks ago.
Anyway, in June, we looking to fight in June at least. So we were looking to fight in June, and then possibly whenever the winner is what we were saying, but I guess Boots the winner. So whenever the winner is ready to come back off of his vacation or off of his, celebration or whatever he want to do, then hey, we here waiting on him. Simple as that.
Okay, so realistically,
so Brian Norman Jr. said that he gonna be there waiting for the winner of Stanionis and Boots. Now his punk ass daddy talking about they gonna fight in June. They're going to fight in June, which is where we at? That's 2 months from now. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Then they'll be waiting on Boots.
I think maybe possibly the Boots fight could happen by the end of the year.
For me, I don't see why it would not happen. I don't see why it would not happen. But again, he did say something about gi assault. He did say something about the WBA mandatory. He did say something about he's supposed to get the winner of this fight. I don't know what they got going on. So I can't, again, that's why we can't sit around waiting for what they got going on.
Right, for sure. All right, man. I want to thank you for your time, man. And hey, man.
Shout out to 78 Sports TV for that quick interview, man. He got right to the point. He asked valid questions. Shout out to the 36 people in the building. If we could get 36 likes, that'd be very much appreciated. Next Gen says, what if Boo said, fuck it, I'll come to Atlanta and beat your ass in your hometown? Bro, on some real shit, bro, I was talking about this with my fighter. That's exactly what I want Boost to do. That's exactly what I want Boost to do. I want Boost to go to Atlanta, bro. But you know what it is, bro? If they want to make the money, which is what Eddie Hearn want, Eddie Hearn love his money, it makes the most financial sense for it to happen at the Wells Fargo. Where does Boots sell at? There's another one, right? Stop acting like you ain't got packs in there. Boots sells at the Wells Fargo. Yo, you better stop talking back. Better tickets. Boots sells at the Wells Fargo, yo. You feel what I'm saying? So the money is here, right there on the block for where I live, about 15 minutes drive that way. That's where the money is gonna be made. If y'all want this, bro, so y'all want money that y'all not even worth for real, and then put it in a location where they're not gonna make their money back. That is a definition of not making business sense. Boost isn't really the attraction yet to really be fighting at a fucking Vegas or a Texas or a California. You know what I'm saying? But one thing they do know is that they could sit some asses and seats over there at the Wells Fargo. So why not rinse and repeat? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If that's y'all strat, like if that's what make y'all the money, keep doing what y'all doing. But Brian Norman and them don't see it that way. You feel what I'm saying? They don't see it that way. They fought Santillin in his hometown, though. I'm just saying, wasn't that then they stopped saying Tillin in his hometown? Y'all motherfuckers road warriors. So what's the problem? How long before Boost could sell in Vegas? I mean, I can't call it Yasir. I mean, we can only speculate. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if Boost keeps winning, it's bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's really the formula with this shit. Just keep winning. You bound to be a star if you just keep winning. You keep beating the people that's in front of you, especially if you get in these big fights. Your worth is going to continue to go up. It's going to happen, y'all. And what also helps Boots, he's exciting. Whether he wins or loses, whatever, he's going to put on a show. He's going to put on a show. He's a showman. He come in with the flashy outfits. He be in there showboating. He be in his Roy Jones. And I seen how mad Emmanuel Augustus bad. He puts on a show. He gets the people hype. He finishes motherfuckers. He flashy. He got fast hands, good combinations, good power. Defense, he's slippery. Like, he can do it all. Who wouldn't want to see that? Who wouldn't want to see that? He is the definition of an exciting fighter. He gives you excitement from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight. So it's bound to happen. He just got to keep winning. Boo's got everything it takes to be a star. He got the charisma. He got the personality for it. You know what I mean? He could do it. Atlanta could be a big city for boxing and another venue. Remember Tank fought Barrios in Atlanta and it was lit. But by that time, Tank was already known and recognized by, like, you know, the black community and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the rap community embraces Jaron a lot too. And Atlanta's known for their rappers and shit like that. He got a lot of influence over there. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Baby mentioning him in songs. I believe he from Atlanta. You know what I mean? He got them dudes walking him out and shit like that. He got a lot of influence. I would love to see Boost beat the shit out of Norman in Atlanta. Oh my God, I might take the flight out there. I might go to Atlanta for the first time. Do y'all want to see Mazuma TV in Atlanta? Do y'all want to see Mazuma TV in Atlanta? Let me know. I swear to God, I'll go over there. I'll be over there at Dolo too. Yo, on my son. No cat, on my son. If Boots and Norman happens in Atlanta, y'all got my word. Y'all got my fucking word. I will go to Atlanta. How much them goddamn tickets to go to Atlanta right now? How much them tickets to go to Atlanta right now? Philadelphia to Atlanta. How much is it? How much is it? Let me know, people. Let me see what's going on. Man, that shit only $100, man. Put me on a fucking flight to Atlanta. Let's go, champ. That's only a 2-hour flight. What the fuck is we talking about? I swear to God, I'll go over there Dolo. And I'm popping shit with a fucking Boots hoodie on. Nigga, you crazy? Norman is from Atlanta. Atlanta, a 4-hour drive from you. All right. Shit, I'll meet you over there, Nick John. Let me know. Let me know. We over there. No, well, you said Spirit. I see Frontier, Delta, American Airlines always a little bit more expensive. But I think it's because they include like American, that shit. Even the American Airline, I usually fuck with American Airlines. I ain't gonna lie to you. American 219, that still ain't shit. That's for a round trip. 219 for a round trip, that's a fucking steal, nigga. Look, I could take the Spirit flight too because all I'm gonna need is a carry-on to get over there. I'll get me a nice little duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna be there for a weekend, probably be there from Friday to Sunday or Friday to Monday. Shit, a no-brainer for me. You're gonna be bored if you go by yourself. I don't mind being alone, brother. I'll find something to do. Trust me. Yeah, I usually fly American Airlines too. Marky Dan crazy as shit. He said, man, I ain't flying unless it's American. Drive, nigga. Bro, driving dangerous too. Shit. More people die in car accidents than plane crashes, cuz. Fuck that. That's a long ass drive from Philly to Atlanta, though. On my son, I would wear a boots hoodie in Atlanta. I ain't gonna be talking crazy or nothing, but I ain't stupid. I know where I'm at. It ain't about where you from, is where you at, right? I ain't gonna be popping shit in Atlanta. I know them niggas gangster over there too. Do I think Boots and Norman's a pay-per-view fight? I mean, in today's era, probably. Like they done put Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz on fucking pay-per-view, bro. So it's like, what? They watered down the pay-per-view shit so much. I remember when pay-per-views used to be about like a big ass fight. They even got the casual boxing fans' attention. Now it's like they put anything on pay-per-view. But I mean, in reality, no, it's not. Look what they putting on pay-per-view nowadays, y'all. Art Man the Great, what up, brother? Art Man, I need a drawing of Tito Trinidad, man. Ain't you the one that be painting and shit like that? Or I'm tripping. I need a painting of Felix Tito Trinidad. And then I'm gonna send it out to Puerto Rico for him to sign it. DM you for custom work. Where at? On Instagram? I'm with it. We can make something happen. As long as you ain't killing my pockets, brother, we can make something happen. You know what I mean? But I always respect people's prices. That's the thing about me. Twitter, IG, don't matter. All right, I'm going to get with you, brother, for sure. So keep your eyes open. I don't think I follow you, but I'm going to follow you and hit you up. Devin Haney is number one in the WBC for Barrios' belt. Imagine a world where Haney or Ryan wins the belt and fights Boots for undisputed. That's pay-per-view. Now, I agree with that 1,000%, but, something just tells me that I think they're going to withhold for fighting for any world titles at welterweight until Boots either cleans up the division or moves up. I don't think Devin Haney got the balls to fight Jaron Ennis. And I don't think Ryan do neither. See, these motherfuckers on here be talking like, oh, man, you be defending Devin Haney. No, I just be defending him because I know y'all motherfuckers is haters. And I give that man respect when it's due. You feel what I'm saying? Because he did a lot of great shit. You know what I'm saying? And he actually took chances and he believes in himself. But Boots, that's a different story. That's a whole different type of animal. Devin Haney ain't doing shit with Jaron Ennis. Bill Haney better cool out. All I know is that if Devin Haney do fight Boots, Bill Haney better not be his lead coach because Bill don't know shit about coaching a fighter. All that nigga ever did was bring Devin to other coaches, take from the coaches, and then move on. Steal niggas' recipes, and now he a coach. You gonna have to throw the towel for that one, and that's even if I don't know. I don't think Devin getting nothing from that. If Boots left, look, if Boots was lose to Devin Haney, he the truth. He the truth. I swear to God, I never say nothing bad about. I don't say really bad shit about Dev at all. I just think that Boots steps on him. But if they do fight, and somehow, some way, Devin beats Boots, he an animal. And I will pick him over anybody after that. Haney got the balls to fight any man. He's not afraid to die. I think that Haney will fight just about anybody, but I think he'll understand that he will be outmatched against Jaron Ennis. You know what I mean? They don't be talking crazy to Boots like how the way they be talking crazy to everybody else. There's nothing that Haney does better than Boots. He got a good jab. Boots got a good jab too. Haney probably moves more, but Boots can move on the back foot too. His defense ain't better than Boots. I don't think he's more athletic than Boots neither. I told y'all that Boots had an elite level jab. I told y'all. I think Devin uses his jab more. Using it more don't mean that it's better. You using something more don't mean that just because you're more consistent with it don't mean that it's better. Shout out to Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat. He says Norman is getting their passports ready for Japan. Hopefully they don't lose their hopefully they don't lose their passports like Schofield and them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they don't do that. Fight Sport Talk, what up? So we spoke about who we want to see Jaron Ennis fight next. We broke down the whole Brian Norman Sr. interview. I'm sure he's doing a shit ton of interviews right now. When he was actually doing that interview with 78 Sports, that nigga was like at an adventure park or something. This nigga was at an amusement park. Like, nigga, if you don't take your fat ass down a slide or something and go enjoy your life, you keep talking about Boots and them on vacation and all that goofy shit. Nigga, you is too. You is too. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga was at an adventure park popping shit. Like, nigga, if you don't take your big ass down the slide or get on a motherfucking roller coaster or something, get the fuck out of here. Ryan Garcia versus Boots. Who you got? Man, Boots will fucking fold Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia ain't laying the shit on that man. Boots gonna know exactly what to take away. Beat the dog shit out of him. Shout out to Denitric Banner, though. He sent 2 super chats saying the same thing, though. Ryan Power will make the fight interesting, but Boots outskills him everywhere. I mean, I agree with you. You know, his power always going to play a factor in whatever fight he in. You know what I'm saying? But this the thing. If he rush in, see, I got to understand. Ryan ain't never fight nobody who is as tall and rangy as himself. You know what I'm saying? Or as big as him. Because he was even bigger than Devin Haney. You feel what I'm saying? So Boots is a full-blown welterweight, arguably a fucking 154 at this point, right? Because y'all be claiming that he drained this shit. So based off of that, if he was to rush in against Boots like how the way he did with Gervonta little ass and you know, try to rough him up on the end, bro, he gonna run into some shit. You think Boots not gonna take away that left hook? Come on, man. Boots make real adjustments in there, bro. Ryan ain't testing shit fight the next John. If you ever want to put a bag on it, I'm willing to bet you Ryan wouldn't even fight that man. Okay. Ryan getting stopped badly. So Duarte could stand up to his punches. Devin Haney could make it 12 rounds with his punches, but Boots can't. Shit. Crazy as shit. Duarte made it how many rounds against Ryan? Tank could neutralize his left hook, but Boots can't. Stop it. That shit is crazy. He would stop him with the quickness. Teofimo versus Boots. Man, Boots is, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, ain't none of these young niggas that y'all talking about fucking with Boots, bro. Devin not fucking with Boots. Ryan not fucking with Boots. Tiafimo not fucking with Boots. Ain't none of them niggas fucking with him. None of them. None of them. Low know it too. That's why Low don't want to see T.O. go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Telling you, ain't none of them. Shakur not fucking with Boots. None of them. None of them. They could claim they the best and all that shit, but they not. Shout out to Singh. He said, Mazuma, how does a fight with Boots and Virgil go? I think Boots outboxes him. I think he systematically breaks Virgil up. You know what I mean? Virgil had a sensational performance against Majimov. You know what I'm saying? But let's not act like we didn't see that Bohachuk fight. We didn't see him hit the canvas and get hit with some clean shots. You know, Virgil hasn't never been in there with somebody as athletic, quick, as good of a counter puncher, good combinations, explosive, elusive when he wants to be. You know, the lateral movement, bro, he has a lot in his toolbox, man. He has a lot in his toolbox. And Virgil, he got good pressure, good power puncher. He got good hand speed, too. You know what I'm saying? So he's a threat. Let's not get it wrong. He's a threat. But y'all talk about Boots. You think Boots' defense is leaky? Have y'all seen Virgil Ortiz defense? Man, Boots will put on a fucking display. This will be a display of accuracy. This will be I think this will be a world-class ass whooping. I think he'll really break Virgil up. I really do. He might stop Virgil. And I said the same shit about Stanionis, and everybody said, oh, Stanionis is tough. So I was like, you know what, man? I fuck with y'all opinion. I respect y'all opinion. I'm going to say Stanionis is going to last 10 to 11. Ralphie said, I still think Ortiz beats Boots. That's your opinion, my brother. But it's crazy that y'all see Virgil. Y'all see what happens when motherfuckers step to Boots, and y'all think that Virgil's just going to be the exception. Virgil's going to run into a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit. And Virgil's not as fat. He don't got quick feet like Boots. He don't got fast hands like Boots. It's going to be a bad joint, I'm telling you. And Virgil know that. That's why Virgil, they offered to fight with Boots and Virgil. You know what I mean? All that shit sound good. But once Boots makes his way into 154, we're going to see what niggas really on. But I respect everybody's opinion. If you think Ortiz beats Boots, that's okay. You know what I mean? We're not going to see eye to eye on everything. It's all right. Who do you think could beat Boots then? Bud. I feel like that's the only one that scares me a little bit. That matchup scares me a little bit. But we're not going to see that fight anyway, so there ain't no point in really even talking about it. I feel like the only scary matchup for Boot, like the one that scares me personally, the one that scares me stylistically is Bud. You think them 10-ounce gloves at 54 make a difference? I mean, it's only 2 ounces. It's only 2 ounces. It's not much. From my experience, it's really Earl not being no Boots. Not that Earl. I'm sorry. That Earl that we just seen in his last fight. First of all, Earl need to make up his mind. Is this nigga retiring or what? Because if he retired, like he just need to go ahead and say that. I don't like how he just be out here just staying to himself and not talking to nobody, living incognito and shit. And everybody speculating whether he fighting or not. Bro, is you active or not? Earl not beating that version of Earl is not beating Boots. But Earl gonna walk into some shit. He gonna walk into some shit. Okay, Asing, who's that one guy? Speak on it. Who's that one guy at 54 that scares you? Is it Bakram? I think Boots would be too fast for Bakram. But go ahead, let me know who it is. Asing, I'm listening. Charles Conwell. I think y'all need I'm not gonna say pump the brakes on Charles Conwell, but at the same time, let's see him do some shit before we give him all this credit, though. I know I seen what he done the motherfucker. I seen, you know what I mean? Some niggas ain't making home to their family fucking with Conwell. I recognize that. He could fight. He a dog. We seen that. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's a lot of smoke at 54. I don't know if Boo's gonna make it out the smoke. I don't know. Like how the way this division is, bro, it's like you on top one day, you get knocked off another. This is a tough ass division. It's a bunch of fucking monsters in this weight class. I'm not going to disregard that. I don't know if Boots makes it out of the, makes it out on top of 154. We just gonna have to see. You know what I'm saying? But Charles Conwell, I can see why you're concerned about Charles Conwell. He nice. He dangerous. You know what I mean? And I could tell, he in that stage in his career right now where people overlooking him or attempting to go around him. They don't want to fight him. I recognize that. But let's see him actually do something before we, you know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like we in a current era right now in boxing where people are given their stripes and they're not earning them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like nowadays stripes are given rather than earned. That's just my personal opinion. I thought Jesus Ramos beat Lubin. That's just my opinion, though. I think Jesus Ramos could still do something, though. He just went and stopped on Jason Rosario. He about to go back down to 54, so he still got time. And Jesus Ramos young, so he got time to prove himself at 54. Boots will beat Conwell. Why is this a conversation? Conwell's dangerous, brother. I do think he's a bit inexperienced, though. Let's see him in there with somebody, worth talking about so we can really assess how good he is. Because he looks like the goods, but, you know what I mean? Let's see. I'm going to see it to believe it type of guy. You gotta earn your respect around here. I'm just waiting to see something real quick, yo. All right, we good. I want to see when Spence going to return. We got to see if he is returning. That's what's frustrating about all of this. You know what I'm saying? If there was some type of communication and stuff like that, that'd be cool. But, he was supposed to – he done held up the Terrence Crawford rematch. You know what I'm saying? Then after he was leading people on to, believe that he's going to take the rematch, then he goes ahead. It gives you the impression he's going to fight Sebastian Fundora. He holds that shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what is we doing? Like, what is we doing? Like, you need to make up your mind. Like, if you need time, all right, just say that. But stop acting like you're going to come back. And then every time, there's some type of rumors around you pulling out and, you know what I'm saying? And you talking about you ain't ready yet. How the fuck you ain't ready? How long you been off, bro? How much time you need? When did they fight? 2023? Come on, dog. We about to hit 2 years that you ain't been in the ring. What is we doing? Jesus Ramos is good. He is pretty good. Jesus Ramos versus Boots is a hell of a fight. July 29, 2023. My son was a month old when that fight happened. Like, my son about to be 2. Like, what is we doing? My son was born June 12th, 2023. July 29th. It's crazy. My son done learned how to crawl, walk, and say words since Earl Spence last been in the ring, bro. And he definitely, I don't know if he coming back by the time my son birthday come around. Shit is crazy. Bella said that beating took years off his career. It did. It did. But the real question is, we know that beating took some time off his career. But how much does he have left? Does he still have enough left to be a champion at 54? Does he have enough left to, beat some valid guys? Like, what Earl do we have left? Like, what is we doing? It's like if Earl feels like he really can't compete at an elite level, what's the point of coming back? If you can't, and that's when I feel like motherfuckers should, at least be considering retiring, because you can't tell somebody when to retire, right? But it's like, bro, if you can't compete at a high level, you know what I mean? If you can't beat these elite level guys or at least beat some, somebody worth mentioning, you just need to go ahead and hang it up. Earl done made a shit ton of money. From what I heard, he's doing well from a business aspect. You got a lot of good shit going on. You don't need boxing no more. You could walk away. And I don't give a fuck what Bud talking about. You a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why Bud did that. Like, people already done talk shit about Bud resume. And on some real shit, you downplaying Earl and making it seem like he a nobody. That takes away from the quality of your resume, if we being honest. Shout out to Lucky Fours, man. They gave me a good deal on these watches right here. I need some more accessories. They say accessories make the fit, right? Got the all black John. I always needed an all black watch. This shit was a little pretty penny, but I mean, got the all black John. Lucky Fours is an up and coming watch company right now, though. So, you know what I'm saying? Now I got the silver John with the blue face. Dope. Shout out to Lucky Fours. You know what I mean? If it ain't a sponsorship, we ain't shouting them out. I like that. Yeah, call me play a funny motherfucker, man. I like that. That's gangster for real. Shit, if I was to get a watch sponsor, that'd be love. I love watches, bro. Shit. I love watches. And I love sneakers. Shit. That'd be dope. Mastermind 96 in the building. What up? I'm a fan of Bud, but he be tweaking sometimes. Yeah. I'm a fan of him too. You know what I'm saying? I stood up for him when a lot of people was downplaying him and shit. Even though I picked Earl to win, I thought we was gonna see prime Earl. Might have still went that way either way, but I always been a fan of Bud, and I always give him his respect. But imagine a Rolex and Jordan sponsor. Bro, that would be fire. Andre Ward is still sponsored by Jordan. He still got he actually had Michael Jordan speak about him in his what's that shit called? Like his documentary. Shit was dope, bro. Michael Jordan don't come out for anybody, so and Andre Ward always got he got every pair of Jordans possible. That shit is fire. But a Rolex sponsor. I like Rolexes. I had a homie that had like a old school joint that was handed down to him from his father. That shit was so fire, bro. My grandfather got one too. Throwback joint from like the 80s. You know what I mean? But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give me some rest because I got an early day tomorrow, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, you know, the boxing talk, of course. You know, we was definitely cooking up on here, man. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. We had some great viewership as well. So if y'all are new, we get into this boxing talk damn near on a daily basis. So come through, show love, become part of the nation. Shout out to all of the members of the channel. You feel what I'm saying? Go check out vitaminenergy.com/Mazuma TV. Use promo code Mazuma TV for any of the products that are listed on the website. You feel what I'm saying? Let me actually put that up on here before y'all go. Don't leave me just yet, man. Don't leave me just yet. But we got a little bit of everything on here. You feel what I'm saying? We got, let me share the screen. Let me share the screen before y'all get up out of here. Don't go. Let's share the screen right here. Here's Vitamin Energy right here. And y'all probably looking at it like, man, these like 5-hour energies. This is a healthy alternative, man. So anybody who's keto friendly, you know what I'm saying, and nourishes the body with vitamins that, you know, of course, our body needs. We got immunity shots. We got focus shots, fat burners, you know, mood boosters. You know, let me see. What's the okay? They got the workout supplement. We got B12, hydration. So if you're having hydration issues, vitamin D, a lot of people are vitamin D deficient, you know, including myself. So that definitely will help. Helps energy levels, overall health, antioxidant support, immune system, and weight management. So if you guys are athletes or just looking for a healthy alternative to get through your day at work or whatever the case is, go ahead. Use the promo code Mazuma TV, man. Use the promo code Mazuma TV. I am a Focus Plus brand ambassador right here. Y'all can go ahead, add it to the cart. You feel what I'm saying? It comes with a free 8-hour sleep shot. You feel what I'm saying? We can proceed to checkout right here. You can use the discount code Mazuma TV. Apply it. And you will be given $6 off. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of paying $30, you're only paying $24 at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So come on out, show love. Let's show how strong the nation is. What's my favorite coffee plant? That's a great question. I think as of right now, I didn't try all of them. I tried the Focus Plus, which was, it definitely helped. And I had also tried, unfortunately, with the chronic illness that I have, ulcerative colitis, it does fuck with our immune system. You know what I mean? Our immune systems are weak, so we are bound to get sick easier than the average person. So I did take the immunity shots, haven't been sick yet. And then I take the Focus Plus, you know, especially after a long day at work and I'm heading to the gym, and it keeps me on point. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love, man. If y'all able to get a pack off of the love of the nation, that'll be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? But until then, y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'll be back at y'all with another video tomorrow. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.